Today we will describe the motion of the particle under central force. Central force means inverse square force. So our article is motion of a particle under central force or inverse square force, because central force is inverse square force. So we will describe what is the motion of the particle when central force or inverse square force is applied on it. We will finally find that the motion of the particle when particle is moving under central force is always two-dimensional motion, means it is only in two dimensions, and we will use the plane polar or two-dimensional system to describe mathematically the motion. Now, what is central force? Central force means inverse square force. You know that F is written as F of R. F of R means the force which depend only on R. So we have already studied that F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square, and also F is G M1 M2 by R square. Both are inverse square, or F is proportional to 1 by R square. It is inverse square force. Or we may be written this equation as F is only a function of R. That is, only R is a variable. So I have written this force, that is equation number 1, that is force is central force, because we have already studied the central force, the first equation. And also we will use the formula of two body problem into one body problem, because we will consider the two body problem or n body problem into one body problem. So that is F is equal to mu into d square R upon dt square, that is F is equal to ma. This m is reduced mass mu, and d square R upon dt square is acceleration. So it may be written as mu R double dot. So this is second equation. So when we describe the motion of the particle under central force, then we will use only two equations, simple equations. That is, first equation 1, F is equal to F of R, that is force is only function of R. It is only possible in central force or inverse square force. And F is equal to mu A, that is ma. So this is second equation. We will compare equation 1 and 2. We will get, that is mu R double dot is equal to F of R, this one. So this is equation number 3rd, this one. So we will describe or solve this equation number 3 in detail by using plane polar system. Plane polar system. We will use this plane polar system. Why plane polar? Because the motion of the particle under central force is always confined in a plane or two-dimensional. So I will use the formula for R double dot, that is acceleration, or R double dot, or its value is R double dot minus R theta dot square into R cap plus R theta double dot plus 2R dot theta dot into theta cap. So this is acceleration, this R double dot vector form. So this equation, first, second or third, these all are this in vector form. So either you will use the vector over here, or you can use without vectors. So it is for our convenience, we may apply it is in vector form. So you have read this value of R double dot is this value, that is acceleration in plane polar system. So putting this value of R double dot in equation number 3rd, that is here. and we will find this equation become mu into this r double dot, that is r double dot minus r theta dot square into r cap plus r theta double dot plus 2r dot theta dot into theta cap. This is mu and r double dot value, which is equal to f of r, that is on right hand side. So this equation number 3 become this. Now we will separate the coefficient of r cap and theta cap on both sides, or we will compare the components r cap and theta cap separately from this equation. So on comparison, the coefficient of r cap on both sides, So r cap is, this is first term, that is mu into r double dot minus r theta dot square, and on the right hand side it is only f of r, because it is only function of r. There is no theta on right hand side, there is only single component r. And when we compare coefficient of theta cap on both sides, then we will get this theta cap, that is mu into r theta double dot plus 2r dot theta dot is equal to 0. So this is equation number 4 and equation number 5. So these two equations are obtained from equation number 3, that is on comparison the terms r cap and theta cap on both sides. So equation number 4th and equation number 5th. So we will use these two equations in future for the solution of the further equations. Now first of all I will solve equation number 5, this is equation number 5, that is solving equation number 5. And what is this equation? This equation may be written as the derivative of ddt of mu r square into theta dot. If I will solve this equation mu r square theta dot with respect to dt, then we will get this answer, and there is a deficiency of r, that is on left hand side this may be written as 1 by r, that is this is d dt mu r square into theta dot and is equal to 0. Okay. If we divide this 1 by r, or we will multiply this equation with r, then we will get the final answer of this derivative. So you may write this equation as this, that is this, or it is mu r square theta dot, which is constant, because the derivative of constant term is 0. So this term is constant. What is this term? This term is nothing, it is mu r square, that is moment of inertia, into theta dot means omega. So it is angular momentum L, because mu r square into theta dot, it is L, because it is inertia I, it is omega, theta dot is omega, so it is L. So what is this? From equation number 5, it is clear that the angular momentum of the particle which is moving under inverse square force, the angular momentum is always constant. So this is the main result, that is conservation of angular momentum is there when the particle is moving under central force or under inverse square force. Now we have obtained the result L is equal to mu r square into theta dot, which is constant. It is the result of equation number 5. Now we will put this result in equation number 4. So what is equation number 4? Equation number 4 is mu of r double dot and minus r dot r theta dot square. This is, so you know that this is equation number 4, which is f of r. This is equation number 4. I have already written in the previous slide. So this one. Now put the value of theta dot from this equation. From this equation, theta dot is equal to L upon mu r square. So put this value here, and we will get mu into r double dot and minus r theta dot square, that is L square over mu square r power 4, because mu square r square, the whole square means r power 4, and which is equal to f of r, and this r will cancel out with this equation, with this r, and we will get mu into r double dot minus L square over mu square into r cube is equal to f of r. So this is basically equation number, combination of equation number 4 and 5, and this equation is purely in r form. This is r, because there is a variable r on both sides and t. So this is called RT equation. Why RT? Because r is a variable, other are constant, r is variable, and double derivative means derivative with respect to time. So it is called RT equation, or second order. Second order means second derivative, second order differential equation of the particle moving under central force or inverse square force. So we will further analyze or discuss this equation in detail in our next lecture. So thank you very much.